Hello all, welcome to channel Tech Tutorials Learn by Doing. In this tutorial series, we'll learn about Python from beginner to advanced along with the projects. Now, let's get started for today's tutorial. String data type is used to store alphanumeric values. The values for string variable or string data type must be enclosed inside single quotation, double quotation or triple quotation mark. Let us see example for this. For this, let me create a new Python file and give name as string data type. String data type. Let me give channel name as variable name and value as teechtutorial. This is the variable since it is towards the left side of equation, and this is the value, and since it is included inside a single quotation, it is the string data type. This value is string data type. Instead of single quotation, we can also use double quotation. For example, tutorial name equals to, instead of single quotation, now let me use double quotation Python. So this is also string data type since it has been enclosed inside double quotation. Now let me print these values, channel name and int tutorial name, and let me add new configuration for this string data type. Let me give name as string data type and script path as or string data type. Now let me run. We can see that take tutorial and Python has been printed, and both are the string variable. We can also see by using type command. Type channel name, it is used to see the type of particular variable. Both are string. Even if you enclose numeric character inside quotation mark, it will be interpreted as string data type. For example, let me give variable name as 1 and variable 2 as 2. Now let me print variable 1 plus variable 2. It was numerical data type, then we should have got 3 as an answer because 1 plus 2 will be 3. But since we have enclosed this value inside quotation mark, this 1 and 2 will be interpreted as string data type and the value will be 12 because plus operator in string will work as concatenation, and it will concatenate value 1 with 2 and will give value 12. Let me see by running the program. We can see that 12 has been printed, but if it was not inside the quotation, then the value will be 3 because it will be numeric and numeric 1 plus 2 will be 3. But since we had enclosed inside the quotation, it will be string, and cross operator in string will be concatenation, and 1 when concatenated with 2 will give 12. If you have to use this single quotation or double quotation mark in string variable value, then we have to use skip character. For example, let us consider we have to store this value. Ram said, I will learn Python. Since there are quotation mark, you have to use escape character for this. So you statement 1 equals to single quotation and double quotation will interpret it as string. So for this, double quotation has been used for indicating start of string, and this double quotation will indicate end of a string, and inside that let me print this variable value. But since this quotation mark is not the end of our string, we have to use backslash to skip this. And since this quotation is also not end of our string, so we'll use backslash to skip it. Now let me run this. We can see that we got the result as desired. Instead of escaping, we could also use single quotation here, and without escaping, we can use single quotation here. Ram said, I will learn Python. But if you had use case scenarios such as Ram said, I'll learn Python, then it will be not applicable even if we includes this variable inside single quotation. Let me use single quotation here, and inside this single quotation, let me include this value. It will be error because this single quotation is interpreting as ending of a string, but our string does not end here. So instead of single quotation only, let me use backslash to escape this. And now let me run this program. We can see that we got the output at desired. So if we have to use quotation mark inside string variable itself, then we have to use backslash to escape it. Or we can also use triple quotation mark. For example, let me include this inside triple quotation. Let me remove this, and instead of single quotation here, triple quotation. Now let me run. We got result as desired. We have not used escape character here. Triple quotation is also used to store multi-line values. For example, in this case, I can store value such as is on next line, line 3. Now let me print this. So here we have stored these multi-line values inside triple quotation mark. So the use of triple quotation mark is also for storing multi-line values for string data type. Here we have used single quotation. We can also use double quotation, but there should be three quotation symbols. Let me remove this one here. Now let me run this. So we can use either three single quotation or three double quotation, but there has to be three quotation in order to store multi-line values for string data type. There are other special type of character for interpreting string. For example, backslash n indicates the start of new line, in a string, whereas backslash t indicates the tab in a string. Tab. Let me show an example for this one also. Let me print value take backslash n tutorial. So here tick is one value and backslash n it is the start of new line, and tutorial it will be printed on another line. One. So we can see that tick has been printed, and this backslash n it is a special type of character which indicates start of new line. So it will go to the new line, and tutorial it will be printed on this line. Instead of backslash n, you can also use backslash t for tab. Now let me run. So tag has been printed. Backslash t will be interpreted as tab, and this tutorial will be printed. If you have to escape this backslash n and backslash t, meaning that if backslash t was part of tech tutorial itself, so if you had requirement of values such as take backslash n tutorial, then we have to use escape character for this one also. Take backslash n tutorial, then it will be interpreted as take backslash n tutorial. Now we'll learn about important concepts and functions that is widely used in string data type. Let me clear this screen and assign new variable as my variable, and let the value of variable be I am learning Python from tech tutorial. The first concept that we learn is indexing. Indexing is used to extract the character from a string from a specified position. In Python, indexing starts from 0 and it will be incremented by 1. For example, here at position 0 or index 0, there is value of character I. At index 1, there is blank space. At index 2, there is character A. At index 3, there is character M. We print a character of index 0, my variable, and in order to extract the character of particular index, we have to use big bracket. Here, after variable name, I have used big bracket, and inside that big bracket, the position that I have to extract. Here at index 0, there is character I. Now let me extract character P. Character P is at index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So since P is as index 14, we have to use index 14 inside this big bracket. Now let me print. We can see that the character P has been printed. We can also use negative indexing. In negative indexing, -1 indicates end of this variable. For example, this L will be at last index, that is -1 index of this string. If you print my variable -1, the L will be printed. We can see that L has been printed. Then it will be decreased by 1 for the previous position. For example, at -2, -3, there will be I. Print the character at -3. -1 is L, -2 is A, and -3 is I. So I has to be printed. We can see that I has been printed. So after indexing, let me go to the slicing. As per the name, it is clear that slicing is used to extract certain part from the string. We use indexing in order to slice the string. Let me give example for this one also. Let me comment this one. Int my variable, and for slicing we have to use this column notation. Before this column notation, we have to give start index from which we have to extract the value, and after this column notation, we have to give index up to which the character has to be extracted. For example, in order to extract this Python, we have to start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this P is at index 14. So we have to extract index starting from 14 till this. So it will be up to 15, 16, 17, 18. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and it will be exclusive. So we have to give 20. So if we give 40, 20, it will extract the character that are between 14 to 19. This is inclusive and this is exclusive in nature. So let me run this. We can see that Python has been printed. Now let me extract this text tutorial also. For that, print my variable. So to 20, there is this one 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and it is at 26. So starting from 26 till 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. And since it is exclusive in nature, we have to increase by 1. So I have to write 39. So we can see that text tutorial also has been printed. We can also use negative indexing for slicing. For example, let me extract this text tutorial, but this time by using negative index. So for slicing, we have to again use big bracket and use colon notation. At this position, we have to give starting index, so it will be -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10, -11, -12, -13. So it will be starting from -13, and if we do not specify anything, it will extract till end of the string. So let me run this again. We can see that text tutorial has been extracted, but this time we have used negative indexing and we have not used any position here. So if you do not specify any position, it will extract till end of the string. Similarly, if you do not specify anything at the beginning, it will source from beginning of a string. For example, extract all the thing from starting to fourth index. Since I have written 5, it is exclusive, so it will extract till fourth index. So it will print 1, 2, 3, 4. It will print IM. we can see that im has been printed. We can also use increment in slicing. For example, let me print my variable from start to 6 or 6th position and incremented by 2. So in this case, we can see that I has been printed, and after that this has been skipped, M has been printed, A has been printed, M has been skipped, and again this space has been printed, L has been skipped, and E has been printed. It means that it will print from 0 to 6th index. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will exact print from this, but it will be incremented by 2. So it will print I, A, space, and E. We can see that I, A, space, and E. We can also use slicing in order to reverse this string. For example, select everything from beginning to end and increment by -1. So it will reverse this string. Let me run this. So it is reverse this string. Let me give simple string so that it will be easier for us to visualize. My variable 2 equals to so let me reverse this. My variable 2, it should be mar. You can see that it has reversed the string. So reversing is also very easier in Python just by use of slicing. After slicing, we'll use concept of repetition. Let me give new variable as my variable 3 with value hello. So in repetition, the given value will be repeated multiple times as we specify. So let me print my variable 3 into 2. Here we have said that repeat the value or repeat the character of this variable 2 times. So let me comment all these and let me run this one. It should print hello hello. We have said that repeat this character 2 times. So if we say 3, it will be printed 3 times. Hello hello hello. So this is the repetition. After repetition, we'll learn about join. Join will join the characters of specified string with the separator as mentioned. For example, let me print separator will be dash dot join my variable 3, and let me run this program. We can see that s has been printed, then after that this separator has been printed, then e has been printed, and again separator has been printed, l has been printed, separator has been printed, o has been printed, and after that separator has been printed. Let me remove this extra space also. We can see that this hello, it has been joined by this separator. So join, it joins the character of specified string by the separator specified by us. After join, let me learn about len. Len is used to print the length of specified string. For example, let me print length of my variable 3. My variable 3 is of sorry okay is of length 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 has been printed. Let me print length of my variable 2. Here my variable 2 contains data ram, so its length is 1, 2, 3. Similarly, we can use length function to calculate length of any string data type. After length, we can use stripping. Stripping is used to remove extra character from the specified string. For example, let our variable be my variable 4 and let it store the string data type space. This is paste. Now let me print my variable 4 dot strip will strip all the spaces and print this is test only. So we can say that it has strip all the spaces and print it this is state. Instead of strip we can use r strip also. It will remove all the spaces from right side of the string but the left side will be as it is. So let me run. We can see that the left side of a string is as it is but it has stripped the right side of the string. Now if you use lstrip then it will strip all the values or all the spaces from left side and the right side will be remain as it is. So let me run. So left side is it is stripped but right side it is as it is. We can scroll and we can validate that. So strip it removes extra spaces from both side. L strip it removes strip spaces from left side and R strip it removes spaces from the right side. Instead of removing strip spaces we can remove other characters also. For example, this is secret message and this can strip space from this variable. This test has been removed and again this t it lies on this test, so this also has been removed and this test has been removed. So instead of this if you use L strip only left side will be removed. L strip will be removed from left side but from the right side it will be as it is. Secret message test, this test it has been removed. Let me go here. This test it has been removed and this t it lies in this character. T lies from here so this t also has been removed. So this t also has been removed and our message is as it is. So if instead of L strip if you use R strip then the value will be stripped from the right hand side. So you can see that test this is secret message. So even this e it lies here so e also has been removed and this is also removed. So instead of R strip, L strip, if you use strip, then it will be removed from both sides. So test has been removed. Test has been removed. This test has been removed. This E also is removed because E lies here. So E is removed. So on left side T lies here. So T is also removed. So our message is like this. So we can use strip function in order to strip unwanted character from either side of the string. After strip function, we'll learn about is upper and is lower. It is used to check if our variable is in uppercase or lowercase. Let me comment this one or let me remove all this. Print my variable 2 is lower. Since it is not in lowercase, here r is at uppercase, so it is printing as false. Instead of this, if it has down lowercase r, we print it 2. So it is used to check if our string value is in lowercase or uppercase. Let me use RAM here and use is upper. Will print true. Instead of this if you do this, here it is neither in uppercase nor in lowercase, there is mixed case, so it will print false. Is low upper is also false and is lower is also false. So this is about is upper and is lower function. After this let me learn about find and index function. Find and index function are used to find substring from the string. For example, print my variable dot find python. It will extract for the starting position of this python. Let me comment this one. It will source for this python in our variable my variable. The my variable has value this one and in this value in this string it will source for python. Python is here, it is mass, so it will give the starting index of this python. Python is started at index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it is giving value as 14. Similar to the find, we can use index function also. It gives same result. But one of the difference is in find, if there is no match, then it gives error. So instead of Python, let me search for Java. Sorry, in find, if there is no match, it gives -1. But index, if there is no match, then it gives error. We can see that substring is not found. So find function, it gives -1 if there is no match, and index function, it gives error if there is no match, and if there is match, then it gives the starting position of the match. After find and index, let me show use cases of replace function. Replace function is used to replace any substring from the string. For example, let me replace my variable. Let me replace this Python by Java. In this value, let me comment this one and run this value. We can see that I am learning Java from teechtutorial. Here it is source for string Python, so it searches for the string Python in this string. In my variable, in this string, it sources for the Python. Since there is match for Python, it replaces Python with Java, and it prints I am learning Java from teechtutorial. So if you do like that, then there will be no match, and since there is no match, it does not replace the value. So this is for the replace function. If there are multiple matches, then we can specify how many matches to replace. Python is fun. Let me run it again. Here we have not specified how many occurrence to replace, so it replaces all the occurrences. So I'm learning Java from teechtutorial. Java is fun. If we specify 1, then it will replace only the first occurrence. Here I am learning Java. First Python has been replaced, but second Python it is as it is. So we can also specify how many occurrence to replace from the existing string. So after replace, let me learn about count. Count is used to count the number of occurrence of characters in given string. For example, int my variable dot count a calculates how many time a has been occurred, how many time a has been occurred in this string, and gives the number of occurrence of a. For example, we can see that here is first occurrence of a, here is second occurrence, and here is third occurrence, so it gives 3. We can also use Python to see how many times Python has been occurred. You can see that there are 2 occurrence of Python in this string, in this my variable string. My variable string is this one, and we are counting for occurrence of Python, and we can see that there are 2 occurrence of Python. So after count function, let me erase this and write split function, and we'll learn about split function. Split function is used to split the characters from the specified delimiter. For example, my variables dot split. By default, it splits by space character, and after splitting, the new data type that will be stored will be list. Here we can see that it has split based on the space, and it is list. We'll learn about list in our further lectures. Here we can see that I is the first occurrence, then am is the second part, then again there is a space, and learning is the third part, then again there is a space, and so on. Instead of splitting based on the space, we can also split based on the specified character. For example, here I am splitting based on the full stop. So if you run that again, the first occurrence will be I am learning Python from teechtutorial, and here is space, here is full stop sign, so it will be splitted, and next part will be Python is fun. So this is the Python function, and if you are to join this splitted data again into new form, then we can use join function. Join function. So let me give the variable as my list and give the value as this one. Give the value as copy this one and paste this one. So if you have to recover this, and do full stop dot join my list. So it joins the element of this list with full stop. We can see that. Let me comment this one. You can see that I'm learning Python from tech tutorial. Then this delimiter or this separator has been added, and next part has been printed. Python is fun. After this, let us learn about startswith and endswith. And endswith. Startswith and endswith are used to check if the string occurs with given character or not. For example, print my variable 2 dot startswith r on this one and run it. It checks if this my variable 2, this ram, it starts with r or not. Since it starts with r, true has been returned. So instead of r, it will give s. It does not start with s, so it will give false as the output. Instead of single character, we can also use multiple character. It starts with ra, so ra has been printed. If you use rb, it does not start with rb, so it will print it as false. So instead of starts with, we can also use ends with. Ends with. So my variable one dot ends with fun. My variable one. Sorry, it's lost the my variable. Okay, my variable dot ends with fin. So it does not ends with fin, so it should keep false as output. So instead of I, let me write font. It ends with font, so it should give true as output. So it has given true as output. After this, let us learn about is alpha, is digit. This function checks if the value of given variable are alphanumeric in nature or they are digit in nature. For example, let me print my variable 2 dot a digit. Since it is not digit, it is alphanumeric, it should give false. So it's giving false. Let me assign new variable, my variable 3. Let me assign digit here. So my variable 3 dot is digit should give true because 1 to is digit. Although the value is string, the actual data it is digit, so it's giving value as true. But if I write again anything here, it should give false because this a it is not digit, so it should only be number in order to give is digit as true. So we can also check if it is alphanumeric in nature. We can use isAlnum. Run. Yes, it is alphanumeric because there is alphabet and number. Instead of this, if I write any special symbol, then it should give false. But it is not alphanumeric. This exclamation sign is not alphanumeric. So this much for it today, guys. If you like my video, give like button and subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss our future tutorials. Thank you.